Hi friends, it's time for lesson 7.3 in math, where we're going to take everything we learned about coins to learn how to count a collection of coins. So we're going to take everything we learned about pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters to count a collection of coins. A collection of coins is a group of coins. It's like if you reached your hands inside of your piggy bank and you pulled out a bunch of coins. That's a collection of coins. It's not arranged in any order. It's just a group of coins in your hands. How will you find the value of these coins? How will you find out how much these coins are worth so that you know how much money you have to spend? That's what we're going to talk about today. So throughout the video, I might ask you to pause and then do some work and play the video. So look out for when we do that. Here we go. Let me share my screen so you can see our PowerPoint, so that we can learn how to count coin collections. Let's start by reviewing what we already know about our coins. So we've met a quarter, which is worth 25 cents. We've met the dime, which is worth 10 cents. We've met nickels, which is worth 5 cents. And we've met pennies, which is worth 1 cent. Now I've arranged these coins in a special way. I've arranged them from greatest value to least value. That means that the coin that's worth the most money I put first, and the coin that's worth the least money I put last. And I ordered the coins from greatest money to least money in like a line. So remember this for later when we talk about how to count coin collections. Don't forget about our tricky twins, the quarters and nickels. Be careful not to confuse them. When you're looking at when you're looking at coins, really look at the details really closely to decide what it is. Remember that quarters are bigger and it's just like a floating head, and nickels are smaller and the head has shoulders and a collar. Also remember that to find the value of a set of coins, we have to skip count. And we've been talking about this throughout all the lessons, so we know how to do this. So we know that our coins are worth 1 cent or 5 cents or 10 cents or 25 cents. So we know we have to skip count by 1s, 5s, 10s, or 25s to find the total value of a set of coins. But the one thing we haven't really talked about yet is how to arrange our coins from greatest value to least value. Because in order to count the value of a group of coins, they have to be organized and arranged from greatest value to least value. So let's go through our coins one more time to remember which coins are the greatest value to the least value. So what coin do you think would come first? If we think about all 4 coins that we know, which of those coins has the greatest value? Pause the video and shout out your answer. Go. All right, you guessed it, a quarter. A quarter has the greatest value because it's worth 25 cents. There is no other coin that is worth more money than a quarter. What would come next? What coin has the next greatest value? It's worth the next most amount of money. Pause the video and shout out your answer. Very nice. It's a dime. A dime would be the next greatest valued coin because dimes are worth 10 cents, right? The only coin that's worth more money than a dime is a quarter. That's why it comes first. So dimes would come next. What coin would come next? Out of the 2 coins we have left, what coin would have the next greatest value? Pause the video and shout out your answer. All right. Let's see, the next greatest coin would be a nickel. You guessed it. A nickel is worth 5 cents. A dime is worth more than a nickel. And a quarter is worth more than a nickel. So a nickel would be our next greatest valued coin. And then I'm sure we all know what would come last is our penny. Our penny is worth the least value. It has the least value because there's only worth 1 cent. So when we are looking at our collection of coins in our hands, we have to make sure we put all the coins with the greatest value first, and then the next coin, and then the next coin, and then the next coin, arranging them from greatest value to least value. Let's try some. So here we go. Here is a group of coins, a collection of coins. They're not organized. They're just kind of in a bunch, in a group on the side of the paper. Let's look at our coins really closely, examine them to see what kind of coins we have before we decide how to arrange them. So let's look at all the coins first. So I see a nickel here, a penny, a quarter because it's a floating head, another penny, and a nickel because the head is facing me. So we have nickels, pennies, and a quarter. There are no dimes in this coin collection. So out of these 5 coins, the coin with the greatest value is a quarter. And remember, we have to arrange our coins from greatest value to least value. So our quarter would come first. And since there's only 1 quarter, we only have to put 1 quarter first. Then I go back and look at the rest of my coins. Out of what's left, the coin that's worth the most money is a nickel. And we have 2 nickels. So the next 2 coins would be our 2 nickels. I go back to my money. I see that I have pennies left, and the pennies are the least valued coin. So those would be last, the last 2 pennies. Now it's time to skip count. I'll start with 25 because we have a quarter. So 25 cents. Now the coin changes to a nickel. So now we're skipping to counting by 5s, starting at 25. 25 cents, 30 cents, 35 cents. Then I notice the coin switches again to pennies. So now I have to skip count by 1s, starting at 35. So 35 cents, 36 cents, 37 cents. The total value of this coin collection is 37 cents. I think you're ready to try one on your own. So this next problem, I'd like you to try it on your own. You can either use real coins, put them in a group of a collection like this, and then arrange them in order from greatest to least, and then skip count to find the value. Or you can draw the coins on a piece of paper the same way I have them arranged on this screen. And then you can redraw them, arranging them from greatest value to least value. And then underneath you would write to skip count to find the total value. So either use real coins or grab a paper and a pencil and try this one on your own. Pause the video and go. All right, let's see how you guys did. So first I'm examining all my coins. I have a penny, a nickel, a quarter, a dime, and a dime. So I have all 4 coins this time. So I know that the greatest valued coin is a quarter, and there's only 1. So my 1 quarter would come first. I know that the next greatest valued coin out of the coins that I have left are the dimes, and I have 2 dimes, so I'm gonna draw my 2 dimes next. I look back at my coins. My nickels are worth more than my pennies, so the nickels would come next, or 1 nickel. And then my penny would come last. Let's skip count to find the value. 25 cents. Now we count by 10s. 25 cents, 35 cents, 45 cents. Now we count by 5s. 45 cents, 50 cents. Now we count by 1s. 50 cents, 51 cents. The total value of this coin collection is 51 cents. Very nice. Try another one. Same thing, either use real coins or draw the coin collection on a piece of paper and then redraw and rearrange them from greatest value to least value and then skip count to find the answer. Pause and try this one on your own. All right, let's check our work. So when I look at these coins, I see a quarter, floating head, quarter, it's a state quarter, a dime, and a nickel. So this time right away I notice there are no pennies. So the least valued coin in this one is actually a nickel because there's no coin here that's worth less than a nickel. But I know that I have to start with the greatest valued coin. And here we have 2 quarters. So our 2 quarters would come first. They have the greatest value. Then I look back at my coins. A dime is worth more than a nickel, so my dime would come next. And lastly, my nickel, because there are no pennies. So a nickel is worth the greatest value here. Let's start counting. 25 cents, 50 cents. So I started by counting by 25s. Now I have to count by 10s. 50 cents, 60 cents. And now I'm going to finish off by counting by 5s. 60 cents, 65 cents. So the total value of this set of coins is 65 cents. I have one more for you to try on your own. Go ahead, either use real coins or draw coins on a piece of paper, rearrange them from greatest to least, skip count to find the total value. Off you go, pause the video and go. All right, here we go. Let's check your work. This time I have a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, 3 quarters, a dime, and a nickel. Again, no pennies this time. So this time, my quarters would again come first, and I have 3 quarters. We're ranging from greatest value to least value. So my 3 quarters would come first because they're worth the most money out of all those coins. Then I look back, I see that a dime is definitely worth more than a nickel, so my dime would come next. And last, my nickel. All right, let's count the value. Now we're gonna count our 25s 3 times. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. Now we're switching to counting by tens, 75 cents, 85 cents. And now we switch to counting by fives, 85 cents, 90 cents. So the total value of this coin collection is 90 cents. Awesome job, friends. Remember, you should be using real coins at home to practice counting coin collections if you have real coins. If you don't have real coins, remember this is how to draw a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter to practice counting coins. Just remember that when you're counting coins or coin collections, make sure to arrange those coins from greatest value to least value, all right? Great job today, friends. Make sure to go on to Think Central and do your Think Central assignment for lesson 7.3, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for lesson 7.4. Bye, friends.